RUS's lore has changed in many ways. It still has the same premise, but as I've grown older, things have changed. I realized more of what I wanted RUS's lore to be. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Way before RUS, there was a deity named Alsfar. He would collect souls who were on their way to death and bring them to the afterlife. He was basically the step after the Grim Reaper, or a substitute for a Grim Reaper in this universe. The way it works is with being eternal is that once you are forgotten, you will die. Your body will fade and all that is left is a skull. The skull is the essence of what can transform a normal beast or human, I don't judge, into one such as RUS. Alsfar was the beginning, but was also basically a god. He chose to practically retire and let someone else do the work after they earned it. If you don't know how to appreciate what's around you, most likely you wouldn't just see a random skull appear. The more important one is if you were close to death, if you almost died, but didn't, or someone intervened, you are much more likely to be chosen. The passing of different creatures went on for eons, all who would be soul harbingers and guide them to the afterlife. Some were good, some were corrupt. Let's just say if you wanted people to remember you, and they were forgetting, burning down a forest would definitely remind them. Fast forward to RUS's story. RUS doesn't remember her original name. She doesn't remember her family. She doesn't know where she was born. She remembers big trees, but that was it. RUS ran off, chasing a butterfly. The butterfly was trying not to get hit by the impending storm, which RUS was too young to sense. Her mother cried and begged for her to come back, asking where she went, and that they had to get to their den. RUS was a child who still wanted to play. The storm hit. The butterfly was gone. RUS was scared. The mom's roars contested the thunders. As she crossed a stream and made it to a field, the hairs on her back stood up. She had been struck. Her body was fried. She tried to scream for her mother, but to no avail. It was like her mouth had never been there to begin with. She couldn't see. Her ears rang and were deafened, only able to hear the sound of damp thuds of water droplets hitting her. She doesn't know how long she was there. She was dead, presumably. Then, she was lifted up. She remembers someone saying,
"Remember me."
She doesn't remember. Why can't she remember? Then, she was on her own. The skull placed on her own, as if she had never had a face to begin with. Everything ached, but she felt different. She was somewhere different. Somewhere. Over time, RUS's appearance has changed. You may have noticed that there are many different ways that RUS has looked. As somebody who can change her appearance, she gets to decide how she looks, and that's it. Just for now. But maybe we'll come back, and we'll dive into that mentor. Ciao, guys.
I can't fight this time now. I can